It's Mike Lunn. I'm the Associate Product Marketing Manager on Resident Evil Revelations. So some new features to be added. So this game, Resident Evil Revelations, was actually released on Nintendo 3DS last year, 2012. Really good critical success, really well amongst fans and critics both. But there obviously, we have the new version coming out for both consoles and PC. We do have some new features. Not only, the most basic one is the one you see with your eyes and hear with your ears. It's like we've redone it in HD, not necessarily just like a filter slapped onto that. This has been a labor of love. We've gone in and retextured everything. Some of the higher polycount models that we used in the 3DS version for the cinematics are now what's actually being playable in the game. And again, just kind of like all the wall textures, all of the enemies and stuff like that. They have more detail, so it's really more of an upgrade visually. So we're really happy with that. And again, just more of the sound as well, with this game being way more atmospheric. Some of the creepy noises, the creaking of the doors or the dripping of the water, like all that with like surround sound. It's nice on the 3DS, but obviously when you have either headphones or nice speaker system, it's going to be great. So. Yep, so the mainline story campaign, which is probably one of the highlights of Resident Evil Revelations, is completely single player. You'll be playing as different players throughout the game. You won't be Jill the entire time, but I won't want to spoil everything up here. But another thing we added that's completely new to Revelations is called Raid Mode. So some people may be familiar with Mercenaries, something that's been kind of an RE staple for the past couple of years, which was mostly was a score attack mode. You'd kill up as many zombies or monsters as you could, and by the end of the clock, whoever got the highest score would win. And it was a score game. But we've taken it a step further with Revelations, and you can do it either solo or via online network co-op. And what you do is it's based off that initial sort of Mercenaries idea, where you're just going through and clearing areas and getting better weapons kind of thing. But instead of just like at the end of 2 minutes or 3 minutes you're done, you're going to keep consistently leveling up your character. So you'll unlock new levels, new weapons, new drops. So it becomes sort of this game where you're hunting for this better weapon, or you're hunting to find these better monsters and stuff like that. So it becomes a more like longevity experience. And to tie it in as well, we also have ResidentEvil.net. So there's also going to be a lot of web activity, different events that we've run on there that you can unlock special content with. So we're really happy to bring that to players. So the Infernal mode is something that we're pretty excited to see how people will play it. So Revelations on the 3DS had something called Hell mode. That was kind of its ultimate difficulty. But Infernal takes it a step further. It's not just this enemy does more damage or you have less life kind of thing. It changes the way the game is sort of served to you. So before you get to the first enemy in the game, if you play it on normal, there's a very cinematic, you get into a room and it's scary. But before you get to that, on Infernal mode, you take one step inside the ship, guys are pouring out like through the doors and windows, and you're like, oh my god. So it definitely changes it. And if you can get by that, if you can play through Infernal without and get to the game, I'll be very pleased. I'll be very impressed, I guess. Yep, so we definitely, at Capcom, just not Resident Evil, but everything else, we definitely listen to our fans on a daily basis. We always get it, whether we like it or not sometimes. But for Resident Evil, for the last couple of titles, we have, there's been action and there's definitely been horror as well. But with Revelations, we wanted to sort of bring it back to the older school, like the RE 1 through 3s and Code Veronica, the slower paced stuff. So with this, Revelations, what we talked about earlier, we're going to be going through, we're on the Queen Zenobia, which is a cruise ship. But we're not Carnival Cruise here. This is a kind of decrepit old rust bucket ship that used to be great, but now is kind of taken over by these ooze monsters kind of thing. Really dark, really scary. It's really atmospheric. So we want to bring back those moments, like I mentioned, like the first time you played Resident Evil, the first one, where the dog jumps through the window. We want to sort of bring that level of scare back to players. So. Why should you buy this game? So for Resident Evil, we're really happy to bring this to people because this is one, this came out last year for Nintendo 3DS, 2012, critical acclaim, got great reviews. Fans and consumers are mad at us because they didn't have a chance to play it on their home consoles. They didn't have a 3DS. So now we're happy to bring it to consoles. This really is sort of a return to survival horror, the slower paced stuff, the older school stuff, the jump scares that you know from playing on PlayStation back in the day, in your mom's basement kind of thing. So we're really happy to bring that really scare factor back into things. Slow Resident Evil down a bit. You're not going to be driving motorcycles over helicopters or anything like that. So give it a chance. I think you guys will be impressed. So Resident Evil Revelations is going to be available for Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, Wii U, and PC as a digital download. This is going to be coming May 21st in North America and May 24th in Europe.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.